are fans of Armida Winery. My name is Brandon Lapides. I am the winemaker here at Armida. And what I'm going to try and do today is show you guys a little bit of insight on our new wine club release called Shorty's Block Zinfandel out here in Maple Vineyards. So we're here in the Dry Creek Valley. There's 26 acres total here in Maple Vineyard. But what we do with Shorty's Block, it's only 1 acre, just one really small little section, and we harvest it separately and try and make kind of the best, most unique wine from just this very specific 1 acre of land. And the cool, really interesting part about this kind of block is that there's a high amount of Carignan interplanted amongst the Zinfandel. So Carignan, a really bigger grape, it actually has very thin skins. It doesn't provide much color, but it actually provides just tons of aromatics and a lot of flavor. A lot of the spice of Zinfandel actually comes from that Carignan. Here is a massive Carignan vine, and so it kind of just goes to show you these vines are about 90, 95 years old, and it's really cool. You can actually see the oldest block right behind us, and everyone should be pretty familiar with that. That's called Tina's block. That's the 2 acres of planted in 1910 right behind us. So it feels like we're kind of walking through a living museum that we shouldn't be allowed to touch, but still going. We just finished pruning here at Maple Vineyard, so you kind of get a good chance to see what we do and how we like to prune it. But each vine, as you can see, is just a little bit different and has to be pruned accordingly. So what we'll try and do is take these canes back to about 2 buds, and what that will do is only allow shoots to grow out of those 2 buds, and usually about 2 clusters will come out of each shoot. So this really allows the vine to not get out of balance with way too much fruit on it. We're back in the cellar now. This is where Shorty's block will age for about 16 months. We only make 12 barrels, and I'll use my best 10 of those for Shorty's block, and the other 2 will end up in just the regular single vineyard maple blend. And I'll use a mix of about 30% new oak on that, most of that being French oak barrels. And what that will do is kind of really accentuate the spice and the fruit of Shorty's block. And so what I get when I kind of look to taste this wine, I love the aromatics. It's the extra Carignan that's in the vineyard in that little block actually adds just a ton of aromatics to the wine. You get a good amount of like kind of dried cranberry flavor, but it's also that spice, a little like kind of cinnamon kind of flavor to it. I'm also kind of mixed with a little bit of that barrel influence. So you get a little bit of molasses and kind of like a graham crackery, kind of s'moresy kind of flavor to it. But on the palate, it is so nice. It's really, really smooth. It really kind of, really juicy, makes that mouth kind of water. It really wants that next sip. But the key to that is, once again, that Carignan, a really thin-skinned grape. It's not adding a lot of tannin to the wine. It's actually really smoothing the edges. So this wine's really approachable at a young age. I would start trying it right now. It will probably hit its peak within about the next 5 years, but you can easily age this for 10, maybe possibly even 15 years. And that's due to the kind of the lower alcohol and higher acidity that's in the wine. And I really like to pair this with short braised ribs. If you can just kind of cook a meat for a long time until it's so tender, it seems to pair really well with kind of that cranberry, raspberry flavor that comes out of the Shorty's block. Well, thanks guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to try and do this a little bit more. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, Brandon@armida.com. I gladly accept any comments or questions anytime. Thank you.